Hello and welcome to the Eleemosynary Moment. My name is Aaron Spears.
And I'm Brad Hathcock. Welcome to the Eleemosynary Moment Citizenship Test Edition 2024. Now, keep in mind, both of these gentlemen are illegal immigrants, and they are vying today for citizenship. And the way citizenship typically works, there is 10 questions that you are given, and you must answer 6 correctly. But I said, fuck that. That's not how we do things here in America, or that's not how it should be done. So I have a list of 100 questions that are from the citizenship exam. They have been approved by our superfan. They are from a 2019 revision of the test. I will be losing these sunglasses because I can't read my screen if I don't. But the way this is going to work, out of the 100 questions, I will ask you both a question, and Aaron will hit his buzzer.
My buzzer is...
Or Dan will hit his buzzer. And whomever answers the question first gets the point. There is no steals, okay? So we have 100 questions to pick from. The first to 25 will gain citizenship. The loser, getting fucking deported. That's right. ICE is waiting at both your doors just in case you fuck it up and you don't answer the questions correctly. So, time for introductions. In the red corner, from Pennsylvania. That's why it's red, because it's going to be a red state this year. I got my friend, Dan Montleone. A little bit of background on this gentleman. He served in junior ROTC in school and had to actually take a citizenship course. So take that, Aaron. He's geared up. He's ready to go. Weighing in at probably around 200 pounds. Who fucking knows? Give it up for the Dan the Diamond Foreskin Monteleone. In the blue corner, I say that because he is from fucking Juarez, Mexico, also known as California, which is a blue state. And he's a pussy. Give it up for Aaron. I'm trying to look like your aunt, a.k.a. the retired bearded lady, Spears.
Boo!
Boo! California.
I'm the heel. I'm the heel.
Oh, you're turning heel today.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a heel
no.
every day. So, that being said, I think we are almost ready to get started. Are both of you clear on the rules?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I have my
C.
trusty pad here to
C.
determine the points, and we're going to go on a, what is that, the tally-based system?
We're going hash marks.
So the first one to 25 tallies. After 4, you do the dash through. That means 5. Okay, that will give you 5 points.
Cinco.
And so
Yeah.
I'm going to start off with different pieces here. There are different sections, such as Principles of American Democracy, System of Government, let's see, Rights and Responsibilities, American History, and like recent American history, things like that. That's broken out into different things, holidays even. Okay. So we can kind of jump around a little bit here, and we can get started. Please hit your buzzers for me if you are ready. Okay. Question numero uno for you fucking illegal immigrants out there. What is the supreme law of the land? Dan?
The supreme law of the land is the Constitution.
Correctamundo. Dan, up 1-0. Next question. The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are these words? Aaron?
We the people.
Correct. Look at that. I knew you both wouldn't be fucking morons.
Hey, there's still time. time.
We're trying hard here.
I'm sure some of these are tricky.
Okay. Next question. How many amendments does the Constitution have? Dan?
27.
Correct. See, Aaron, I think, thought he was just gonna like fly
No.
through this
No,
and
no.
win.
I didn't think that.
Next question. What is the economic system of the United States? Dan,
Capitalism.
expand on that.
So we're a capitalist system where we're a free market economy, meaning that anyone can participate in the economic system, from the layman on up to corporations in the free market
I will
economy.
accept that. So the answers to this were capitalist economy or market economy.
Okay.
You started with capitalism. That's true.
Mhm.
But it was looking specifically for
Free
the
market.
economy. Okay. Question number 4. Why do some states have more representatives than other states? Dan?
It's based on their population.
Correct.
I'm just not fast enough on this thing.
Aaron, you might be getting deported, buddy.
The thing is, Aaron. So I set it down next to my thumb so I could hit it quicker when he asks a question.
He really should be like.
Okay. Next question.
Mhm.
If both the president and the vice president can no longer serve, who becomes president? Dan?
Speaker of the House.
I didn't get that
Correct.
first. It's
No.
not loud enough.
Oh, no, I can hear you. I think we were like neck and neck.
Okay.
You're pretty close, but I'm hearing the buzzer first. But
You're killing me.
close. You're close. Okay. What are the 2 parts of U.S. Congress? Aaron?
The House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate.
Correct. Just so you guys know, I'm going through and highlighting these in a PDF to make sure I don't ask them again like I'm some fucking moron.
Not like us. He doesn't want to be morons like us.
What stops one branch of government from becoming too powerful? Daniel?
Checks and balances.
Correctamundo. After 7 questions, we have a 5-2 in favor
Unfortunate.
of Diamond Foreskin.
It's quite a name.
Okay, this next question, I am looking for 2 of the 4 possible answers to this. Okay? What does the judicial branch do? Dan?
Judicial branch adjudicates law, and interprets is going to be the same sort of thing. I was going to say adjudicate and interpret law.
No. I'm not gonna accept that.
That was cheap.
I like that because it makes him look like that. It reviews laws, explains laws, resolves disputes, and decides if a law goes against the Constitution.
Mhm.
Were the 4 potential options. Okay. Same here. I want 2 of the possible 5 answers that they have provided here. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the states. Name 2.
See, this is a tough one.
I'll take a guess.
Aaron?
I'll
Go
take
ahead,
a guess.
Go ahead.
Okay. One of them is that states are allowed to make their own laws, but they must be like equal to or exceed the federal government's laws. Is that even like close to an answer?
No.
Well, fuck it.
Okay. What we were looking at here was provide schooling and education, provide protection in form of police,
protection and education.
provide safety in
Damn it.
terms of fire departments, give driver's licenses, and approve zoning and land use.
I was thinking of education and policing, but I didn't want to
Wow,
say it.
I way overthought that. Oh my god.
Yeah, they're basic. The thing with the citizenship test is it's like the reason that like people do the whole like let's have a citizenship test is because a lot of Americans are like, I don't fucking know. So
Yeah.
Naturalization, bitch.
yep.
What do you know about it?
Exactly.
Some Tijuana over here. Okay,
All right.
let's see if we can get this one.
Oh.
I want 2 of the 4 potential answers that they provided here.
Okay.
Under the U.S. Constitution, some powers belong to the federal government. Name 2. Daniel?
Are we talking about like declarations of war?
Can't answer with a question.
No. Okay. So declarations of war. Shit, I only had the one. That was the one I always remembered. Damn it. Nah, don't get. I missed.
Loser! To print money, declare war,
Yep.
create an army, and make treaties.
Yep. I should have said print money. We do that enough.
Okay. What are 2 cabinet level positions? Dan?
It's gonna be the Secretary of Defense, and you could do. There's gonna be the Secretary of Transportation. There'll be.
Got it.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's a couple there that I remembered.
You said Secretary of Defense and Secretary of Transportation.
Mm-hmm.
Other things on here were Attorney General, Secretary of the Treasury, Secretary of State, Secretary of Labor, Secretary of Culture, Commerce, Education,
Interior.
Energy, so on and so forth. Okay. We're moving on to some rights and responsibilities. So keep in mind that these questions are probably going to fall within that vein.
Okay.
I need 2 answers out of this. There are 4 amendments to the Constitution about who can vote. You don't need to name them, but if you can describe them. Dan?
So this would be who can vote. So anyone over the age of 18 would be one, and another would be anyone can vote, such as women. They were separate.
Yes. Both acceptable answers.
Is one of them the 13th Amendment?
No. So honestly, this is actually kind of a little bit of a weird question.
Mhm.
The answers are citizens 18 and older.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to pay a poll tax. Any citizen can vote, and a male citizen of any race can vote.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I cannot. I am like way overthinking everything. I just can't stop getting into the weeds of my brain.
I was gonna say a lot of these questions, and this. So Brad was like, "Don't look at anything." So I have been going based on like way old knowledge, and I know that a lot of them seem like they would be super complicated, but they're almost like stupid simple.
That one was absolutely simple.
Well, there are questions on here that I'm not touching on now, which are like
Harder.
who is the Chief Justice of the United States?
Yeah.
Like that. That's all
Harder ones.
current.
Yeah.
Current like.
Well,
current
that's the one.
event
Those are
kind
the
of
ones I
things.
want. Give me that one. I want that one.
Okay. I need 2 of these. Okay. This is when they give you like 5 or 6 bullets. So
Okay.
That's why I'm asking for 2.
Okay.
What is this says 1 promise, but I'm asking 2 because we're going for super citizenship here.
Okay. Yeah. Freedom
Notice
and
the
democracy.
American flag in the back.
Yes.
What is 2 promises you make when you become a United States citizen? Aaron?
Is one to pledge allegiance to the country? And is the other one...
I'll accept that one, yes. I'll accept that one.
And is the other one to uphold and defend
That's fear of the
law?
military.
You're correct.
Nice.
Good job, Aaron.
Okay.
Nice.
The
All
answer's
right.
Thank you.
The answers they provided: give up loyalty to other countries,
Yep.
defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States, Yep. Obey the laws of the United States. Serve in the U.S. military if needed. Serve the nation if needed. I guess not in the military. And be loyal to the United States. So I gave you that. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, when you get your citizenship, the idea is that you forsake your other ideals and you just become part of the glorious melting pot.
We should look into...
That's actually not really true. You don't have to give up citizenship in other countries anymore to be a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, yes. What I mean is, it's like, I meant your allegiance.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to be here, basically.
Okay. Name one right. There's two options here. Name one right only for United States citizens. Dan?
Voting in a federal election.
Ding, ding, ding. Nailed it.
What's
the other one was run for federal office.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What are two ways that Americans can participate in their democracy? Aaron?
Voting.
Yep.
And running for office?
Correct.
Yeah.
They had join a political party, help with a campaign, join a civic group, a community group, give an elected official your opinion on an issue.
Which, like...
Run for office, write to a newspaper. Some of these are just dumb.
Yeah. Yes.
I will not write to a newspaper, sir.
I will not be writing a column. Sorry.
All right, so this one is a little bit more on American history. Aaron, you better fucking be good at this section.
Too slow.
You better be.
Okay.
I want two answers from this. It asks for one. I want two. So what are two reasons colonists came to America? Dan?
They were pursuing freedom of religion. And they were looking to separate from the was it monarchy at the time? Essentially, they were trying to pursue religious freedom and freedom in general. If you take the citizenship test, you can literally say freedom, and that's the answer.
He's fucking right. It's right on here. It's
Sweet.
Freedom, political liberty, religious freedom, economic opportunity, practice their religion, and escape persecution.
So when you take it, you can say the word freedom, and you get the question right.
Yes,
yeah,
it
does mean everything,
ask
doesn't
for
it?
one.
It does. You can just say freedom, and they're like, "Cool, you win."
It does ask for one. So, but we're supposed to be professionals here, so we do two. We do everything twice because we're Americans. We never do it right the first time.
We don't. We always get it. We always fuck it up somehow.
That's why I'm waiting for the next 250 years of America.
Oh,
maybe we'll fucking nail it.
Oh boy!
I always have to sneak it in there. Okay. I want two of these as well. They only have three, but I want two. Why did the colonists fight the British? Dan?
The initial conflict was started because of taxation. It was obviously the term taxation without representation, so they were angry about that. The other one was more about the lodging of their military, so how they would allow their men to be garrisoned in like civilian areas, so people's homes and things, which consequently is part of the reason why it became a part of the Bill of Rights, where you wouldn't allow that. So that was two of the reasons.
I'll take it, but I have to ask. I have to say, if you didn't speak English as a first language, you wouldn't have fucking said all that.
Right.
So let's keep it.
See. See.
Let's dumb it down.
Or whatever.
Dan.
I don't know how to say yes in another language other than yes and see. Oh yeah.
But it was high taxation without representation, because the British army stayed in their houses, boarding and quartering, and because they didn't have self-government. correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There were 13 original states. Name 3. Aaron?
New York,
Okay.
Rhode Island,
Okay.
and Delaware.
Correct, sir.
I literally just bought a join or die patch the other day. I was like,
Okay. The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the U.S. Constitution. Give me one of the writers. Dan?
John Adams.
Incorrect.
Oh, I missed it.
Do I get to answer? Can I answer that?
You can answer it, but you don't get any points for it.
Oh,
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson was one.
No. So
Oh,
remember,
no.
this is the Federalist Papers, you fucking losers.
I thought it
It's
was
not who wrote the Constitution. James Madison,
Oh,
Alexander
I was
Hamilton,
thinking of
and
freaking
John
James
Jay.
Madison. God damn it.
Fucking losers. And whoever Publius is.
That's our first wrong answer, is it not?
For both of us? No, I think
no,
I
there was
missed
I think
before.
one other.
Oh.
Yeah, I
answer
think
so
I missed
far.
before. But no, yeah.
I'm not necessarily
thinking
keeping track of that. Okay. What was 2? There's 2. I want 2 because they list 5 things here.
Okay.
So what is one thing, for us it's 2, that Benjamin Franklin is famous for? Dan?
Being the eldest statesman in the group, and see, on the citizenship test it just says he was a famous politician. So being famous for being a politician, and the other one was being his age, being a
U.S.
highlight.
diplomat
Yeah. So
a
being a
politician,
politician and his
and
age.
oldest member of the Constitutional Convention.
Yeah, yeah.
Aaron, do you feel like it is sufficient if I give him points for that?
That's fine with me. I'll accept it. Things are not looking good for me at the moment, so
They are not. So we have a 10-5 score so far in favor of Diamond Foreskin Dan.
The greatest name for a face ever.
Alrighty. What territory did the United States purchase from France in 1803? Aaron?
the is it Louisiana?
Yeah,
Correct.
the Louisiana Purchase.
Louisiana. It's the 2 answers they allow are Louisiana Territory and Louisiana.
Louisiana Purchase. Yep, nice. Hell yeah.
Good job, Aaron. Name one of the wars fought by the United States in the 1800s. Aaron?
The Spanish-American War?
Correct.
Nice. It's like the first one I think of, oddly enough.
Me too.
The War of 1812.
I know, right? Duh. But I
That's
always
the most
think
popular one.
Maybe.
But I always go Spanish-American War.
Because it's like naval. It was all like
Right, but, like,
naval.
It says in the 1800s, 1812.
You dum-dum. You could just
As in
say
the
that.
1800s.
Yep.
I know, my brain, I'm like, well, let's see, was there something in the 1880s that maybe was like a... like, just go overthink it.
All right, I'm going to ask you this question just because I think it's actually really wild for it to even be on the citizenship.
See if
exam.
either one of us can get it. Or are you just
Okay.
asking?
No, this is going to count,
Oh, it's count. Okay.
neither of you might get it. I don't know.
Okay, fire
but
away.
this is on the citizenship exam, so
Fire
it's
away.
possible. What did Susan B. Anthony do? Dan?
Susan B. Anthony was a suffragette. She fought for women's right to vote.
Women's rights or fought for civil rights, correct.
Yeah, because she was also friends with Frederick Douglass.
Ooh, interesting.
I did not know that, but okay, that's an interesting little thought.
See, some of these are kind of like
That
a little
one's
bit
random.
easy, right?
And
So, like this one says, what is one important thing Abraham Lincoln did? Now, I'm not
come
asking,
now.
like,
yeah,
come on.
yeah. Like that's a
Come
given.
on.
That's a given.
That's-
I wonder what it was. What was it?
Nothing comes to mind.
Hmm.
So this section is going to fall under recent American history and other important historical information.
Nice. Okay.
Okay. Name, that usually asks for one, but I want two.
Okay.
Name 2 wars fought by the United States in the 1900s. Dan?
World War I and World War II.
Fucking easy.
I know.
Could have also said
Vietnam,
the Korean War, Vietnam, or the Persian Gulf War.
or Persian Gulf. Yeah.
Those are wars we know of.
Yep.
I guess they're not counting the other ones.
They're not talking about all the proxy wars. What do you mean?
Yeah.
They don't count. Who was president during World War I? Dan?
Woodrow Wilson.
Correct. This episode's not going to be as long as it should be.
We could just talk about other crap along. We could just go into something else.
Definitely.
Yeah.
During the Cold War, what was the main concern of the United States? Dan?
Communism, baby. Fight
Word
them
for
commies.
word. Communism.
Is there a delay? Is there a delay here? Does this need to be louder?
No, dude, I can
Just
hear
not-
it.
I'm not getting
he's
in there.
buzzing in so fast.
You're way too fast.
Also, I believe he has taken this exam before. So
I got drilled on it, and if we got a question wrong, every question we took it as a group, and every question wrong was worth 10 push-ups for the group. So if one person got one wrong, that's everybody does 10. You can imagine if 25 people were taking this and they were getting multiple questions wrong, it was push-ups for every person in the amount of those questions wrong. So like one time when we were first taking it, every person got one wrong, so it was 250 push-ups per person, and you had to do it before the end of the day. Like you could break them.
That's when you quietly fuck them up outside of class.
Oh, we were like, anybody, by the end of it, we were like, anybody gets even one wrong, and I'm gonna run you till you die.
Get the pillowcase and some batteries. We're going to town on this guy.
All right. I'm gonna go with 2 because there's a lot here.
Oh boy.
But this is also a tough question. Name 2 American Indian tribes in the United States. Dan?
It's gonna
I didn't
be...
even finish the question, and he...
Name 2? It's
Yes.
gonna be the Cherokee and the Choctaw.
Good job.
Correct. Did you know that, Aaron?
Yeah, actually, I'm thinking of a lot of them now.
Yeah,
It lists
I was gonna say Navajo.
quite a few. So there's Cherokee, Navajo, Sioux,
The Apache.
Chippewa, Choctaw,
Apache.
Pueblo, Apache, Iroquois, Creek, Blackfeet, Seminole, the Cheyenne, Arawak, Shawnee, Mohegan. Nice casinos.
I was thinking of the Choctaw or I just said Cherokee because it's the first thing that came to mind, but Apache because that's how they named the Apache helicopter.
Yeah,
Or you could go with like Jeep names too.
right. They give you. There's a bunch on here. I'm actually shocked by.
Oh, there's a bunch. Oh yeah,
how
there's a
many
ton.
that they put on here, but that they only ask you to name one for the actual exam.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. This falls under geography.
Ooh. Might be tough. Might be
I
tough
don't
for
know
me.
anything
I don't
about
know.
maps.
I was gonna say, ooh.
Name one of the 2 longest rivers in the United States. Aaron?
Ooh.
The Mississippi.
Correct.
That's one. Yep.
Is the other
Well,
one the
they only
Colorado?
list 2. No, Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Name one U.S. territory. Dan?
Guam.
Guam is correct. Okay. This has multiple answers. There's like 10 or 12, so I'm going to ask for 3.
Oh.
3
Oh. 3. Okay.
of this.
Okay.
Name 3 states that border Canada. Aaron?
Ooh, nice hit.
Wisconsin, Michigan.
No. Wisconsin
Washington.
does
What?
not border Canada.
No,
It doesn't?
It's not
It
high
does
up
not.
enough.
Oh.
It's
It's
Maine,
landlocked.
New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, Washington, and Alaska.
Pennsylvania borders Canada?
The
Very
waterways.
little bit, yes.
Up by Lake Erie.
Yep.
It basically barely.
Did you know that there is a small part, a sliver of Oregon and a sliver of Florida that are both in the same time zone? They're like an hour apart. They're like 1 hour apart time zone wise.
I did not know that. That doesn't surprise me though.
Of
Considering
Oregon, or do you mean Oklahoma?
No, Oregon and Florida. Eastern Oregon, Western Florida on the peninsula. Or whatever it is, the panhandle.
There's no explaining that at all. What the hell?
Oregon
they're
all the way up north.
One's here, and they're fucked up
They're
somehow.
1 hour apart time zone wise.
Beats
Just
the hell out of
barely.
me.
Interesting. Name 2 states that border Mexico. Dan.
Arizona, California.
Correct. Aaron, I don't think you were prepared for the speed at which Dan can answer these questions.
No, I was not. This is not a fast kitty.
This is me just being like, I remember this so crap. Don't give me push-ups.
Just buzz in and guess.
Please, Lord, save me.
Next question. Where is the Statue of Liberty? Aaron?
New York.
Correct.
Do you know that they would also accept other places you wouldn't guess, like New Jersey?
Like Las Vegas?
Yes.
New
Liberty
Jersey.
Island, New Jersey, near New York City.
Yes.
They accept.
Yes.
And on the Hudson River.
Yes, they accept near New York as an answer.
I mean, Las Vegas has a Statue of Liberty too.
They do. It's not
That's true.
to scale, though, I don't think, right?
That is true.
No. It's cool, though.
This is symbols.
Okay.
Huh.
Why does the flag have 13 stripes? Dan?
It's for the 13 colonies.
13
It's for the 13 states. The
original colonies, you
yes.
fucking twit.
Yeah.
Are you saying there was like other colonies besides the original 13?
Well, then they became states. Once we declared our independence, the 13 colonies became the 13 states of the Union.
That's a question that seems a little... That answer seems... I don't know why you have to put original. He was right.
That's just how it says it on the answer sheet. I gave it to him because he
just needed to call me a twit.
It's
okay. It's okay.
Just has to be difficult.
Like a good face, the diamond foreskin can take it.
Oh.
Why does the flag have 50 stars? Aaron?
States.
Yes, one for each state. Correct.
Yes, one for each state. Yep.
Now, we'll take a break for a word from our sponsors. We don't fucking have one because we're independent here, okay? So,
if you want to
us.
sponsor this dumb shit, just reach out.
Yeah. Reach out to us on our Instagram, email, Twitter, Facebook.
We're brought to you by Acme Products.
Yeah. Brought to you by beer.
Acme. Brought to you by Modelo's.
Oh.
Yeah, for you.
That's
Oh.
Like a good American, I'm drinking non-American beer.
Well done. Well done. Proud of you. What are you
I'm
drinking?
not drinking that Mexican shit. I'm drinking Einstock.
Einstock.
It's Icelandic. It's delicious.
I've had that before. It's delicious. Yes.
So there we go. We are not officially sponsored by Einstock.
It's just good stuff.
Yeah.
It's just good stuff. It's good drinking.
Just drink it. All right. I want 3 on this one.
All right.
Name 3 national U.S. holidays. I'm going to give it to you, Aaron, because I saw you clicking it and it wasn't going off. I saw it. And you need the help. So,
If I need to do that,
national holidays.
You need the...
Martin Luther King Jr. Day,
Yes.
President's Day,
Yes.
and let's go with the 4th of July.
Yes. And also, apparently, Juneteenth.
Uh-huh.
Oh, is it on there now?
No.
Is it
Hey,
on there now?
fuck.
Oh, okay.
Did you know what today is? What's today? It's technically speaking, what's today? Just as if I'm just having fun.
I don't know.
It's Flag Day today.
Oh.
No.
So make
I'm
sure.
gonna go get that. I'm gonna give me one of those pine tree flags.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
hell
appeal
yeah.
to heaven. That thing rules.
You know, technically, Dan's not even eligible for citizenship at all because he was, well, one, born a naturalized U.S. citizen, but he's also not even old enough to vote.
Correct. If you're
He was
going by
born
my
on a
leap year
leap year.
birthday, god damn it.
He's
I
really
violate-
only like 8.
I violate federal law every time I vote.
Don't we all? In some way.
No filling out your gun purchases illegally, Hunter Biden.
Oh,
Okay.
Watching.
lordy.
Be careful now.
No one is above the law.
Right, except,
No one.
No one.
Okay. We're jumping around. We went through every particular section, so we're going to jump around.
Okay.
The House of Representatives has how many voting members? Dan?
The House of Representatives has 435 voting members.
Correctamundo. God, he's good, Aaron. I have to say, he's good. You have an uphill battle.
I can't get as fast. I'm just not fast.
This asks for 2, but I'm gonna ask for all 3 because it's fucking America and I do what
Lord.
I want.
Okay.
What are 3 rights in the Declaration of Independence? Dan?
The rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Ding, ding, ding! Nailed it. See, now that's such a weird question because
it's rights?
I probably wouldn't have answered it that way.
I wouldn't think that either.
So that's what makes the citizenship exam a little
Hard.
weird, right?
Yeah.
Because I probably would not have done that.
Mm-hmm. And actually, in some versions of the citizenship test, it's actually, instead of using the word rights, they use promises. So you're like, what the hell do you mean, promises?
I don't know if I like that.
Name, they have a couple here. Give me 2 rights or freedoms from the First Amendment. Dan?
So 2 rights or freedoms. One is the freedom of religion. The other is freedom of the press.
Correct. That only asks for 1, but I mean, clearly we can't do that here.
Some of them are tougher. Like if you like freedom of assembly.
See, that's actually one that I lean towards immediately because of all these times of people are saying, you can't protest, you can't congregate. Oh, that's not true.
Right.
That's not true at all.
Right.
What does the Constitution do? Dan?
The Constitution enumerates the laws and...
No. You said enumerates. It's not even in the fucking answer.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
No. Aaron, I'm going to let you answer this one.
Steal it.
Well, it's such a strange question, right? Like, what does it do? It's our government.
Yeah.
There are 3 pieces to this. Yeah. So you're saying it's our government. It sets up the government.
Yep.
Defines the government.
Yep.
Protects basic rights of Americans.
Yep.
What a strange question.
Yeah, the way it's worded.
They list 3. I'm sure that they only want 1 of the 3. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Who makes federal law? Aaron?
The House of Representatives. The Congress.
You could have said Congress, Senate and House of Representatives, or U.S. National Legislature.
Mm-hmm.
How many U.S. senators are there? Dan?
100.
Correct. Dan, you are 3 questions away from gaining citizenship.
Hey!
And then we're going to watch Aaron get fucking deported in real time.
Oh, no.
Oh,
What's
just kidding. I wish.
I hear them.
Who signs bills to become law? Aaron?
The president.
Correct. Let's see. Trying to skip all these answers will vary ones.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
like how many? Who do you have in your state?
I like those because I know the answers to them.
Yeah, but they change over time, and like you're gonna
Yeah.
throw out some fucking obscure.
We're looking
name
for the ones that
none
are
of
like
us gonna
they
know.
teach you in school, and don't forget them, dum dum.
Like I saw, like Vince Fong is my representative now, not Kevin McCarthy.
Oh,
you know,
boy.
Vince Fong.
Yep.
What is one responsibility that is only for United States citizens? Dan?
Serving on a jury.
Correct.
I'm pro jury, by the way. I like it.
I want to do one, but I want to get on like a murder trial or something fun, not like this guy
Tax evasion.
Yeah, like, this guy got his ass kicked because he
We all say that
like
until we
skipped out
get
on
on
a
the
fucking parking
until we
ticket.
get on the murder trial. And
Nah,
it takes...
I want it. I want the
8
clout.
months.
You want the clout.
Let's see.
The clout.
What year was the Constitution written? Aaron?
1776.
Incorrect, sir. It's 1787.
Yep.
Thank you, Dan.
87. Yep. That one always gets everybody.
It
I
does.
deserve to be deported.
I saw that one. It looked like a tricky question, and
I was so ready to be like 87 because
So it's the Declaration of Independence.
Yep.
Was actually declared on July 4th, 1776.
Yep.
The Constitution.
That makes a lot of sense.
And people flip them a lot. If you even know them.
I will say I also did not know that.
So, well, thank you for being for admitting that you're not being too prideful.
No, I wouldn't have gotten that. No.
So has Dan won yet, or do I have to keep taking this beating?
He is 2 questions away.
I still have to get 2.
Oh man,
I still have to get 2.
Aaron, you better get this one. What did George Bush do on September 11th, 2001?
He buzzed in.
Hold on. That was my mistake. If Aaron wants it, I was actually just moving the buzzer. So that was actually, you can have it.
He's just pre-clicking.
Take it. No, take it. That was...
Go ahead, Aaron.
What did he do on 9/11?
Yeah.
Is it specifically that day?
It says, what major event did George Bush happen to be the architect of? On
The invasion of
11th,
Afghanistan?
2001? No.
No.
I don't understand the question.
What event happened? I'll read the real question. Okay.
Brad was fucking with the question.
What major event happened on September 11th, 2001 in the United States?
The World Trade Centers got attacked by... Oh, you were... I see what you were doing.
He was
fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. But it says terrorists attacked the United States.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I can't believe I took the bait on that.
You did. You bit it hard. You bit it hard.
I knew as soon as he said it, I was like, here we go.
You bit hard on that one. I like it. What is the name of the national anthem? Daniel?
Star Spangled Banner.
Correct.
Banger.
One question
It is a banger.
away
They
from
don't-
citizenship. Let's see. Give me 2 of the problems that led to the Civil War. Dan?
Slavery
Mm-hmm.
and states' rights.
Correctamundo. Ding, 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 ding.
Dan,
Dan is the winner. Congratulations and welcome to the fucking USA, baby.
Greatest country in the world.
Aaron, get the fuck out.
Wait, so did you have other ones? Just because I'm curious, were there how did you compile all the questions?
So I just found a list of the 100 or so questions that are on there from a revised version from 2019. It's quite literally from the website of the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services.
Mm-hmm.
So you held up back on some tougher ones, didn't you?
Not really, dude. Some of them I will say, like, some I didn't ask. What is an amendment to the
Yep,
Constitution? What do we call the first 10 amendments?
The Bill of
Bill of
Rights.
baby.
What is the rule of law?
That one's tough because there's a couple components to that one.
What is the rule of law?
Literally,
Yes.
it just says
Oh.
everyone must follow the law.
law. It's
Leaders
basically
must obey
following
the
the
law.
law.
Government must obey the law. No one is above the law.
Yep.
Well, at least
Well,
one
we
of those
know-
is true.
We know that some of that gets a little bit tossed aside in current events.
Right.
Merrick Garland today said he cannot be prosecuted for withholding whatever that tape was.
Correct. Yeah, he does not have.
Really?
He did. Yeah, he said he's not. He can't be prosecuted for ignoring a subpoena.
The head of the DOJ just said, like, I don't have to.
Oh.
Okay.
Because he is the law. We're going to see the same thing with Fauci. Like, I'm science. He's going to be like,
He's
I am the law.
I am the law.
Like in fucking.
like Judge Dredd. What
yeah,
are we
Judge
doing
Dredd.
here?
I am the law.
What are we, dystopian nightmare here? Like,
You know, Sylvester
Starring
Stallone.
Rob Schneider.
And Sylvester Stallone. The carrot. What is freedom of religion? What did the Declaration of Independence do? How many years does a U.S. senator sit for?
Oh,
Which is-
6.
Yeah.
Yep. Then the other one is how long does a member of the House of Representatives sit for?
Correct.
And some people will go, it's 4, but it's actually just 2.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you're Nancy Pelosi, you're arrested your whole career.
Right.
You know,
we
whatever,
elect
30
the
years?
president for how many years? What month
4,
do we
yeah.
elect the president? Name one branch of government.
like those
who
are
is
some
the
softballs.
commander in chief of the military?
Someone who may have pooped his pants. Who knows?
Right. What is
Well,
the highest court in the
yes.
United States? What are the 2 major political parties? And then some of them are like, who is your state governor?
And you have to know. Yeah, you should
What is
know.
the capital of your state? You know,
Yep.
like stuff
That
that
stuff.
just varies
Okay,
too much.
those are the ones though that make them sound like everybody should know them, but they're the ones I think that would trip
Yeah.
people up.
Oh,
yeah,
definitely.
like you'd be surprised how many times back in the day, back when I was in ROTC and we would do these like citizenship tests, when like someone would not know one of those answers, and it's like, but how do you not like? It's not as common knowledge as you would think. You actually,
I
have
guess
to,
like who's your representative? Like if I said that, would you guys know who they were?
yeah. So if you're looking for representative, we're talking about what's his face, Fetterman, and well, from
That's
the
the
PA.
senator, but who's your House of Representatives person?
Oh, what's the other? Oh, Madeline Dean in PA.
Good job. Brad, answer
no,
the question.
Fuck off. I don't know. I don't give a shit. I'm just here to start chaos.
I'm here to introduce anarchy.
One of them is like, when is the last day you can send in federal income tax forms?
April 14th.
April 6th, 15th?
15th,
I think it's
correct.
15th. Yeah.
Who lived in America before Europeans arrived?
That's a really stupid question, though.
What group of people?
That's bait.
What group of people was taken to America and sold as slaves?
Africans, you know.
Who could say?
When must all men register for selective service?
18, baby.
Apparently, if you're not signed up for that, you can't run for federal office,
Nope.
right?
Correct,
Nope,
and you
you
can't
must-
accept like FAFSA money
Correct.
or any kind of federal grant money. Anything
Unless
like
you
that.
have some sort of exception to that, you cannot. There's no getting out of it.
I would imagine there's not many exceptions to that.
Well, Dan, you probably would have had one given a disability.
Yeah,
correct?
so with my disability, because it's classified as a permanent disability, I do not have to. I have to sign. My name is on paper. Like, I still had to sign a document. But it says that like you're waived from being deployed in the military. But like for whatever reason, if let's say they needed me to go sit in an office, but I wasn't in the military and do something, I could still do that. But
National service.
Yeah, national service. But
Which
they
actually was
can't.
one of the answers to
Correct.
questions.
Correct. But they, you know.
You know, one of them is like, what is one important thing Abraham Lincoln did?
Which is so dumb. That's like if
What
you miss
did the
that.
Emancipation Proclamation do? Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. who was president
Yeah, but
during the Great Depression.
You know what's
like,
crazy is some people. I almost said the kids these days, but some people would not know some of that. Just not know it. Like, you ever see those crazy street interviews when they're like asking these types of questions?
Sure.
Yeah.
And they miss them entirely, and it's like, who do we fight in the Civil War? And people will be like, I don't know, the British. I'm like,
Or they'll say like name a country, and they'll go California.
yeah.
I love those. I
Yeah.
love
Oh, they're
those. It
great
just
to
shows
watch.
how stupid people are today.
They're
Well,
great
every
to
once in a while
watch.
they'll throw in somebody who does know everything, and it's actually kind of impressive when they do, because they'll throw them some curveballs. Just out of curiosity, that last one you asked, what was the was it Hoover? Was that what they were wanting, or FDR?
FDR.
FDR,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it says Great Depression and World War II is the full question.
Because the Great Depression is a bigger, lasted a lot longer.
Really.
Yep.
I'm actually shocked by this question. What did Martin Luther King Jr. do?
Fight for civil rights.
I'm shocked that that's on a citizenship exam.
Preacher.
Though.
Yeah.
Well,
what did he
you know,
preacher, but what did he? What they want is he fought for civil rights.
yeah.
Right. And well, same thing with the Susan B. Anthony thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Same
it's
thing.
not specific to like
time
the
period?
establishment of America or anything like that. So I'm a little shocked that is on
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it denotes a certain. It's like this isn't foundational to our history.
Right. But also, I will say, like here they have on here what ocean is on the west coast of the United States and what ocean is on the east coast of the
East
United
Coast.
States. It's two separate questions.
Yep.
I guess I assume you may not know that if you
Come
say
from
are
somewhere
coming
else.
from like Venezuela or something
Mhm.
like that. I'm not sure. Obviously, we all know what we know, but it's just kind of like a very interesting.
Again, some of these seem like softballs, but if you
Yeah.
ask certain people, they even naturalized citizens, they're not gonna know. They'll be like, I don't know.
I would be interested to see what the percentage of naturalized citizens could actually pass this exam. Now, again, I was also shocked to find out that it's only 10 questions.
Yeah,
and that you only
you
need 6 out of the 10.
Yep, and it's
Yeah.
an oral exam, so when you go in, you're not given like a pen or paper. You literally sit down with like a proctor, and they give you the 10 questions, and you only have to get 6 right.
You know what? That doesn't bother me, actually. I'm kind of fine with it.
It seems easy, although I do know, I think I know 1 or 2 people who have gone through the citizenship exam.
I know too.
I think my friend, his wife from Ukraine, I think she went through the citizenship exam. And then I believe my wife's friend from Brazil also went through it, even though she's married and has her green card, everything like that.
Yeah, she wanted to get her own citizenship. She
yeah,
wanted to naturalize.
Dude, she's fucking more American than most people. She
Hell yeah.
loves this country more than like most Americans love this country.
Good. Hell
And
yeah.
I actually find that people who are immigrants here, my grandmother immigrated here from Germany.
Yep.
She tends to have a more like patriotic stance than most other people who were born here in the United States.
Absolutely.
And that seems to be the case for people who come here the right way and go through like the legal processes and stuff like that. They all seem to
Absolutely.
have a sense of patriotism that other people don't typically have. I mean,
Absolutely.
it's easy when you're born here and everything.
Yeah,
like it's just
of course,
kind
you
of
don't know
handed
what
to
you
but-
have when you grow up in the lap of luxury and you win the birth lottery of being born here. And so you're like, oh, America sucks so bad. And then people from other countries who have it way worse are like, what are you talking about? You have it so good. Quit complaining.
Well, that's like the funny thing about today, about how the left is like so far into like socialism and communism and stuff. And it's like, if you just pick them up and plop them down in fucking Venezuela for a month,
they would
be like, oh yeah, fuck socialism.
Yeah, let me go back. Let me go back.
Or like, look at all the corruption in Russia, like all the the way the
Nepotism.
police and everything, they
Yeah.
tell you should keep rubles on you and stuff so that you can basically
people.
just bribe your way out of issues that you run into in Russia. And that's just obviously like a part of communism that people kind of don't see, right? Like they try to look at it from like it's a worker's perspective. Not really.
Not
Like
really.
you don't own anything. Like even
No.
your own work, you don't own anything. They tell you do, but you don't. The government does.
Correct, which is why whenever I meet a dirty, filthy communist, I try to tell them like, "Yo, in no one's like," and whenever we get into, because we have friends, some of them are mutual between Brad and I,
And they're fucking communists.
and they're yeah, and I'm like, "What do you?" But I let it go. I let it go because I'd rather not argue. But you know, there's no sense. Sometimes there's no talking sense into some
dude,
people.
I had somebody argue with me online who is a friend of one of our friends, and this person was like they said, "Oh, well, Nazis aren't socialists." I said, "Yes, they are."
Not National
and they're like,
Socialist Workers Party.
But
dummy.
see, here's the thing, Dan. Their thing is, well, just because it's in the name doesn't mean they're socialists. I'll give you that, fine. Just because it's in a name, like, doesn't mean anything. Like, my name's Brad. The word rad is in my name. I'm not rad, okay? But in this case, Nazis were socialists. There is,
Correct.
they have, a whole 25-point, doctrine,
Charter,
basically.
They nationalized farming and
yes,
stuff.
Yes.
They wanted to give free health care to everyone in Germany if you were Aryan, of Aryan descent.
Correct.
That is fucking socialism.
Yes, correct.
They were socialists. So people who say that shit are just wrong. And then this person specifically, I was like, well, you're kind of overlooking the fact that communism killed like 26 million people.
Correct.
And this person was like, that's just U.S. propaganda. And I was like,
it's not. What?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
This is
also, that number is closer to 100 million.
Right.
Closer.
Like,
Pol Pot.
I'm
Pol
talking
Pot
just
was...
in. I was just talking in like Russia. Like
Pol Pot did a lot in 3 years, dude.
Correct.
Like,
correct.
It's wild,
dude. They just want to be like, it's never been fully tried, like all that shit. And it's like, no, you're just fucking stupid. Like,
whenever I
you're
hear
clearly
it's
not
never been
looking
fully
at history.
tried, I always think, yes, just like your education has never been fully completed. Like, it's never been fully tried. It has. It just doesn't work.
They even experimented with communism in America. There were like pockets back east. Yeah. They had like little, what would you call
communes?
it? Like maybe like a village. Yeah, communes. That's a good. Yeah, the name applies. And and they failed. All of them failed.
Or they turn into cults.
Correct.
Well, that's
true.
kind of
that's true. They do turn into cults.
Correct.
I mean, this is just. It's interesting to look at this and then obviously start having like this conversation and how enshrined things are in America. Like that, on the citizenship test, it talks about capitalism.
Capitalism versus, and there's, I believe you asked this question, what was the biggest concern during the Cold War? Communism.
Correct.
The spread of communism, because our leadership knew, oh boy, like, for all the problems that our leadership has, and they do, they were kind of like, yeah, we don't want none of that.
No, and it's funny now because people do point towards like China, right? They are communist, yes, but they have to allow some kind of free enterprise within their system,
right?
Because
they're part of the world. They're part of the
they're just,
global
they
economy,
advance technologically faster than a lot of other people, but they're also just really good at stealing our shit and reverse engineering.
I was gonna say, I didn't want to like get into it, but yeah, we basically seeded their economy for like decades and helped prop them up, and now they're like trying to, I don't know, own our shit basically.
Like, if I could go back in time, I would tell Richard Nixon, like, don't take that flight over there, dude.
Nope, don't do it.
Don't talk to Mao. Let's just leave it there.
But would you tell him, like, don't break into the DNC and?
No, you know what? That was like the least.
Would you let Watergate happen?
Like, Watergate was like not a big deal compared to all the other bad things Nixon did, like with currency and stuff. So.
Oh, you mean like getting off of the gold standard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Nixon was an interesting guy, don't get me wrong. I'm fascinated by him, but I mean, Watergate was kind of like, he just surrounded himself with a bunch of insane people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's funny to think that now, like, if you look at Watergate,
it's mild.
Like, it's very mild
by
compared to what has
what's
happened.
been happening lately.
they broke into a file cabinet. I mean, you could see the file cabinet in Washington D.C. I'm pretty sure in one of the museums,
Yep.
like where it's broken into.
Yep.
Right.
I've seen it, and it's like,
Not really. It's kind of
file cabinet.
It's kind of PG compared to all the stuff we're really dealing with right
it
now.
really is.
Right, because now we have U.S. officials just like deleting emails off of a server and like wiping all that shit.
But no harm there, ladies and gents. No harm there.
I mean, we had what a U.S. senator that was married to like a fucking Chinese spy or some
that's
shit.
what's his face?
Eric Swalwell.
Swalwell. He's still with that individual, and so
No, he's with his wife.
Oh,
it was Fang Fang. He had the affair with.
Oh, I thought he married her.
No, he had an affair with Fang Fang.
Oh, so Fang Fang, was just a little side piece action.
But it's just like interesting to look at this and stuff, and there's like a caveat on here that if you're actually 65 or older and you've been a legal permanent resident of the U.S. for more than 20 years, you can just study questions that have been marked with an asterisk.
Yep.
So some of them just have like an asterisk, and like one of those questions is, when do we celebrate Independence Day?
Right.
So, earlier I mentioned that Susan B. Anthony and Frederick Douglass were friends.
Yeah, I
friends,
didn't know
foes.
that.
I would like to read you a story, a moment between the two of them. This is from the National Park Service.gov website. There was drama in a meeting in 1869, for example, when Anthony told Douglass that, wronged as he was as a black man, he would never exchange his sex and color to be a white woman. Douglass rose to interrupt her. "Will you allow me to question?" "Yes," she replied. "Anything for a fight today." So even back then, white women were pretty bad.
Well, Karen's gonna Karen? I don't know.
Isn't that you're telling one of the greatest writers in American history that
he wouldn't
even back then you don't want to be a white woman.
Yeah, what?
It's crazy.
It's yes, and don't get me started.
Well,
go ahead.
Didn't
take the shovel, Brad? Take the shovel.
Didn't African Americans get the right to vote before women?
Yeah. Well, 3/5. I mean, is that what? Maybe
that's just a compromise, Aaron.
I thought it was like that was like a voting thing too, though, right?
It was,
wasn't it?
The 3/5 compromise.
Like their votes counted for like 3/5 or something.
That's okay. All right. That is a kind of a misnomer. I think it's based on population, just
maybe
like
a myth.
No, it's not a myth because it was a thing that was discussed, but the way it was utilized, it wasn't like one person is only 3/5 of a person. You're not really a person. It's based on the population of slaves, or rather, I think it was the population of freed slaves in a given territory.
Oh, that makes sense.
And so, like, for every X number of slaves, that was what was equal to one naturalized citizen or something like that.
It's kind of like representation today.
Correct.
In government, right?
Correct.
Like it's based off population. That's what it sounds
Brad,
like.
You were about to say that because Frederick Douglass got the right to vote before her, that's what she's trying to get at.
I think that's part of it. I'm not saying it's the whole thing, but I think that's part of it. I mean, if you were at that time, if you were an emancipated slave, you had the ability to vote and stuff like that.
If you were a man.
Yes.
Right.
But women did not get the right to vote until like the 1900s.
It was like,
what do you think about that, Brad? The women getting the right to vote?
Good on them. I mean,
do you have any thoughts on that?
I think everybody should have the right to vote, except for like children, obviously.
Correct.
But I will say that voting these days is pretty fucking useless. It matters on a local
I disagree.
And a state scale. But as we all know, most people spend their time on national politics, which is what affects humanity the least.
That's what we do on this podcast.
At least like in your life. Yes, we do focus on that because that's what everybody cares about. And let's face it, if you haven't heard on this podcast, it's not real. Okay? Keep that in mind. But I think it's actually very interesting that they didn't get the right to vote until like what was it, the 50s?
What? Who?
Women.
No, it was like the 50s?
Yeah, it was long before that.
No,
was
it was
the
the
20s?
20s. It was the 20s.
Okay, well, I'm not a history aficionado like you two fucking morons. I'm just a host, okay? Like I'm just sitting here
I would say
asking you questions about America.
And the host is looking dapper. By the way, no one
Thank you.
commented.
I had to.
I wasn't.
dress up for
I'm not
this.
complimenting him for that. It's just he knows what he did.
I
He knows.
did not tell Aaron that I was going to dress like this.
No, you did not.
I hid
That's
as
got
much,
on, I was like,
I hid
oh,
as
boy.
much from him as possible.
You didn't tell him that you were doing that. That's amazing.
You know, and I didn't
and...
tell either of you about the introductions that I was going to do. You know, I kept it all under wraps.
Excellent.
Well, Brad, I want to ask one question, which is how many did I get right? I don't think we got the answer to that.
You had 15.
Okay, I'm happy with that, I think. Second, we've been going for a little bit. You want to wrap things up, or you guys want to hang out and chat a little, or what?
I mean, I'm down for whatever. I don't have to do anything. I'm off as hell, so
I heard that about you.
Yeah, except Wednesday.
I had to train.
Jiu-jitsu.
I had to train.
Fucking white belts.
White belts
Well,
doing white belt shit, I guess. Flailing around. Did you see? What'd you think of that one? On Instagram I sent you with the little kid going, "Oh no!" And it's just like when the upper belts let the white belt practice their submissions on him, and it's just a kid pretending to be like so damaged. I was like,
just so you know, that persists forever. Like for me, that persists forever. Like if you're rolling with people who have like, if you're a blue belt and you roll with purple belts, like they can just move in such a way like you're trying and they're just like
moving around.
Oh no, you took my back. Cool.
Man.
And then like all of a sudden you're getting submitted. Like it's crazy.
Yep.
It's the natural way of things, I guess. Like some of these people roll, they're so calm and slick when they roll. Like it's unbelievable.
Yep.
I will say I haven't been to jiu-jitsu in a couple of months. I had my tumor removed from my head, so that's been waiting for that to heal.
Yeah.
Lobotomy.
Yes, I've lost about 30 IQ points from getting this giant thing cut off of my head. But it happens, you know, whatever. I was willing to lose a couple IQ points for, you know, to look better, I guess.
You know, it's all about the cosmetics.
Exactly.
Well, hey, before you guys keep going, if you don't mind, I can actually leave and you guys just keep talking if you want. I have to get off now.
Oh, you got to go?
Aaron
has to go. Out.
Oh, okay.
Aaron has to go. That's okay.
Right.
We can wrap it up.
Why don't you guys wrap it up?
Yeah, we'll wrap it up.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
All right, see you later, Aaron.
Thanks for joining me, Dan.
Anytime, dude. It's always a pleasure.
I'm glad I lost to you. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, man.
Thanks. Bye.
Take
care. Aaron. Yeah, Dan, I thank you very much for joining today.
Anytime, brother.
Being part of my stupid ideas that I like to have.
When you texted me with that, I was like, absolutely. But I just want to let you know, when you texted me and you were like, you better not lose, I was like, oh no. Because honestly, I wasn't sure what I was going to remember until you started with the questions. And then I was finally like, wait, it's all coming back to me now.
Dude, you killed it. You definitely killed it. That's why Aaron was like, is my thing going off fast enough? No, you're not clicking it fast enough.
Well,
and Dan knows the answers.
Dude, and part of it is when we were doing this in ROTC, it had like physical painful consequences when you screwed it up. So like some of that stuff is like ingrained in my memory. I just had to like recall it.
Hey man, sometimes pain is what puts the answer right into you.
Just like jiu-jitsu.
Kind of just burns it in there.
Just like jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, over time. I am actually also going to get going. I have some ribs in the smoker. I got to attend to.
How long have they been in there?
Only about an hour and a half, but
there you go.
I only have one rack in there, and right now we're running at like 225, 250.
You'll be
but I got to
soon.
I'm making Dr. Pepper ribs, so
Absolutely.
I have to I have to go make my sauce and everything for the ribs so I can start basting.
All right, man.
But they should be delicious. I'll let you know how they come out.
Definitely, man. Do it.
All right, brother. Let's do this again soon.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me on.
See you, pal.
Later.